Begin by installing the lineal starter strip around all four sides of the window, keeping them approximately 1/2 inch short of the corners. On vertical pieces, be sure to place the first fastener at the top of a slot and center all other fasteners at about 8 to 12 inches apart. As with all vinyl parts, fasten loosely, keeping about the thickness of a dime between the head of the fastener and the product. Next, take height and width measurements of the window. Add 7 inches to the width, 6 1/4 inches to the height. Using these measurements, cut the lineal pieces to length. You might find it easiest to cut them using a circular saw with a plywood blade installed in reverse. We'll prepare and install the Sill lineal first. Hold the lineal template along the locking leg side of the lineal. Align one side of the center tab with the end of the lineal. Trace the center tab. If you don't have a lineal template, the measurements are 1 1/4 inches from the locking leg and 7/8 of an inch from the end. Make a cut on the mark that's 7/8 of an inch from the end. Trim off only the short return and bend the remaining tab upward. Next, flip the lineal over and cut a 7/8 inch notch out of the receiving pocket. Remove this tab completely. Repeat this process on the other end. Trim the foam back so it's even with the tabs. The Sill lineal is now ready to install. Push the locking leg of the lineal into the starter strip. You may have to smack the lineal with the palm of your hand. Don't fasten anything yet. Next are the side lineals. Starting with what will be the top, place a mark at 7/8 of an inch from the end of the locking leg side of the lineal. Do the same in the receiving pocket. Cut and remove the material, creating 2 notches. For a better fit at the corners, remove about 1/8 of an inch of material off the face of the lineal, beginning at approximately 1/2 inch in from the outer edge. Now for the bottom end. Place the large side of the lineal template on the face of the lineal, aligning it with the end. Trace the template, including the angle on the locking side. Flip the template over and continue your mark across the face of the lineal. If you don't have a template, the measurements are 2 5/8 inches by 2 5/8 inches. Cut along the lines. Widen this slot to about 1/32 of an inch. It will also make the pieces easier to assemble if you cut these sharp corners away. Lastly, cut a 7/8 inch tab in the receiving pocket. Don't remove the material, just bend the tab inward. Cut the foam back to the notches and install the lineal the same way you did the sill. Fit the tab of the sill into the slot in the side lineal, and the tab on the side lineal into the receiving pocket of the sill. Repeat and install the other side lineal. Now adjust the lineals and secure them, spacing the fasteners about 8 to 12 inches apart. On the side lineals, position one fastener at the top of a slot and center all the others. Remember to fasten loosely. The windowsill end caps are supplied in easily separated pairs. Using PVC cement, glue the end caps into the ends of the lineal. The header or top lineal is next. Mark a 45-degree angle on the face of the lineal, slightly off of the corner. Move back to the corner and place a mark. Continue this mark on the locking leg side. Cut along the lines and remove the material. Make sure to cut water diversion tabs in the receiving pocket on both ends. Notice how the angle is located slightly off the corner. After repeating this on the opposite end, cut the foam back to the inside of the angles. Install the top lineal. It's important that the water diversion tabs be folded down inside the receiving pocket of the side lineals.